Hi there, I'm Ken Lammers. Welcome to Minor League Matters, and it's time for the weekly report on independent baseball. So let's get started. Start out first. We're going to start out with some of the lower level independent leagues, Pacific Association, and in the Pacific Association, the Sonoma Stompers are on top with an 11-7 record, but they're tied, they're tied to San Rafael Pacifics, who also have an 11-7 record. It's pretty close though. The Vallejo Admirals are only down a half a game from that, and the Napa Silverados are down one game from everybody. So that league's pretty much in its infancy and seems pretty tight. So we're going to keep an eye on that as we go along. The Empire League is running now, and the New Hampshire Wild are up with a 6-2 record. They're on top. The Puerto Rico Islanders are down one from that, as well as the New York Bucks and the Old Orchard Beach Surge. They're all down one game, so early days there. They're still working through it all, and we'll see if there's any separation builds. In the Pecos League, we have in the Southern division, the Roswell Invaders are still up on top, and Tucson Saguaros are down by 3, chasing them. It stayed about the same. In the Mountain, the Trinidad Triggers are on top, and the Alpine '06 Cowboys are down 2 from them. Still fairly close, same as it was. And in the Pacific, while the High Desert Yardbirds are on top, the Bakersfield Train Robbers have moved into second, 3 games back. So the Pecos says everybody's still within striking distance, or at least the second teams are, but it's got a little bit of distance there, and it's still rolling along. In the Frontier League, the Washington Wild Things are leading in the East, having surpassed my favorite team in the East, the Lake Erie Crushers. The Lake Erie Crushers are down 3. Now, the Washington Wild Things had a tremendous run there for a while, and we'll see if they're able to hold it. Lake Erie quite capable of coming back and bringing themselves back into the lead. And number 3 in the East is the Joliet Slammers, who are down 4. So they're still out there too. In the West, River City Rascals are on top still. The Southern Illinois Miners are in second place, which is a switch. They're down only half a game. And Evansville Otters are down a game and a half. So my favorite team in the West is down in third place, but still well within striking distance. And we'll see where that all turns out. In the Can-Am, it's still the same as it was before. The Sussex County Miners are on top, and the Quebec Capitals are down, but they're down 4. So a little bit of distance building there. I think Sussex County may just keep building little by little a little bit more of a lead. The Atlantic League, getting to the higher level independent leagues, the Can-Am, the Atlantic League. In the Atlantic League, in the Freedom Division, the Lancaster Barnstormers are on top still. The Sugarland Skeeters are there, but they're only down 1. So this is a pretty tight race. And I know the Sugarland Skeeters are on the YouTube. So if you want to watch their games, you can. In the Liberty Division, the Somerset Patriots are on top, and the Long Island Ducks are down 3. I think Long Island puts their games up on the YouTube too, so you may want to start watching some of those, because it seems to be like they're doing pretty well out there. And in the American Association, in the North, the St. Paul Saints, the biggest team in independent baseball, is still on top, and your Gary South Shore Railcats are right behind him, a game and a half back, and they seem determined to stay right there with them, and we'll see how that turns out. In the South, it's the Sioux City Explorers. They've been up pretty much since day one, as best I can remember, and the Wichita Wingnuts are now number 2, but they're down 4.5 games, so there's a bit of a gap there developed. So that's the report this week on the standings in independent baseball. If you like this, hit like. If you like what you're seeing around here generally, hit subscribe, comments below. Again, I promise I'll try to read them all. I can't promise I will answer them all because, I got to work that day job, and the boss actually expects me to work for some reason. May have something to do with the fact he pays me, and this is just a hobby. Uh, Beyond that, if you want to contact me, LammersK at LammersK on Twitter. Send me a direct message. I'll get it. And with that, I really just got one thing left to say. If you got a little bit of spare money and you got a little bit of spare time, go watch the minor league sports. See y'all next week.